When you come to a new country, there are many things you have to worry about. Finding somewhere to live, making sure your family settles, and learn how people do things. I made it in my purpose to connect with other artists and show them my work. My first collection of poetry, Bit of the Argel, was already translated before I come to Australia into English by the Egyptian translator Dr. Afeif Ismail. And from this, I was invited to perform at poetry reading for the National Poetry Month in 2004. It was only 8 months after I had arrived in Australia, and I was not comfortable to read my work in English because I speak with a heavy accent. Through my new friend, the musician Ross Polita, I was introduced to Vivienne, who kindly agreed to read my work with her majestic, charismatic voice. After the success of this event, I reached out to Vivienne to see if we could collaborate on future projects. So began our wonderful working relationship that we call Transcreation.
As a newly arrived artist, access and support in artistic spaces has barriers, such as language, location, social situation, and so on. There needs to be more recognition of diverse voices and how they can enrich the multicultural and artistic nature of Australia. For example, with settlement services, which are crucial for the first few years, translators are only available for social situations and not for artistic ones. Even if a translation is found, it is expensive. This can prevent many established, diverse writers from adding their rich experience to Australia's literary landscape.
I needed writing to help me be who I am and to help me to find my place in my new home.
Through Afeif, I've become more aware of the obstacles faced by recent arrivals to this country. Through spreading the word about Transcreation, we hope we can help advocate and promote the creative work of recent arrivals in a way that is sensitive to writers of all abilities. It will help create plays that are inclusive of their community and is by writers from their community. Through Transcreation, his work has been shared in English with audiences in his new homeland and globally as well. Several plays have been produced, including 2 for children. He's published poetry books and given poetry readings, facilitated workshops in schools and in the community, and presented his work at the conferences such as those organised by Afeif. A transcreation is an artistic reworking of a literal translation, and it's carried out with the original writer present. It's a more collaborative, creative process than a literal translation, which is often carried out solely by a translator. Through Transcreation, we attempt to present the original writing in a form of spoken English that is accessible to a contemporary audience. We try to keep the cultural richness and specificity of the original language and to honour the atmosphere, meaning and environment intended by the original writer, who in this case is Afeif Ismail. We'll discuss this more in video 2.
Vivienne and I see art as a tool to show migrants the value of their culture and identity in new place. It can help with overcoming language barriers for the artist.
We have found this deepens our understanding of our own arts practice, and it links with people in ways that place cultural awareness at its heart.
It could include children in the development of the work, particularly those learning English as a second language. It could help build connections, not only in the theater, but also at the artistic gathering.
Literature is the most detailed use of language. It uses kind of all the elements of language. In, say, political works, giving the literal meanings may be what's most important, but in literary translation, it's capturing the spirit of what's said that often matters more than the literal meaning. So it's something that only works if you get two people who are very close, and Viv and Afeif have that going for them, and they produce works which certainly work in English.
Transcreation opens up ways to explore and experiment with new approaches to translation and with cross-cultural engagement.
In video 2, How to Transcreate, we will show you how to approach this cross-cultural artistic practice. Thank you for watching.